Hey guys, this is Chef Jojo with ECO, and on this episode of Shift Drink, we're going to talk about should I stay or should I go? When is it time to move on? And as always, we're going to discuss this topic over a drink. Wow, should you stay or should you go? First and foremost, I guess I should say you're going to have to do what's best for you. But let's talk about a couple of different things first. One, is the establishment that you're working at like a great atmosphere? Is the chef nice to you? Is the chef concerned about your growth and making sure that you're learning, but can be a hard ass? Or is that chef berating you and you don't like the environment? Or have you been there for a long time and you don't feel like you're growing? There's two different environments, but you're really going to have to take a look at what you want to do in your career and where you see yourself going. I've always had pretty big aspirations and I've always wanted, if there was another spot or another step, I would always be the guy that would want to take it. I enjoy being uncomfortable. I enjoy the chaos and I enjoy being scared about what's next. And if I'm good enough for that next position and if I know enough or whatever it might be, I like that feeling. So I constantly find myself pushing. Sometimes I need a nudge, and I've got a great partner that also helps in that. You always need somebody that you can bounce things off of and that has got your support. But should you stay at your restaurant? Should you go? I think the most important thing is that you make the right decision based on thinking about it. Don't be super selfish and always make the best decision for you, but be considerate. I've had people work in restaurants in really toxic environments for a while. And I was recently sitting down with one of them and we were talking and he kept telling me about, well, then I did this and then I did this and I did this. And then nobody cared that I, cleaned the entire walk-in and organized it. Nobody cared that they always knew when I got there on Tuesday or Wednesday that I would fix everything that they didn't do for the whole weekend. I'd get it back into shape. And I was thinking to myself, and we talked off and on for a couple of, probably 2 or 3 months, right? And then I finally said, I think it's time for you to go. And I didn't want to feel like I was overstepping my bounds, but I also wanted to give them a push to say, hey, these people are allowing you to come in and kill yourself and, get all this work done, and then they slack. And then I asked him, well, what was he picking up from it? What was he learning? Was he being challenged or was he just being challenged to get a lot done in a little bit of time? Was it making him grow to be a better chef or was he doing the work of others? And that's a tricky question, but he thought about it for a while and I didn't see him. And then all of a sudden I got a text and a message and he's like, yo, I'm working with some of the most talented people I've ever worked with. I left the other place and I truly am excited to go to work. Now, in the beginning, when I first started cooking, I loved going into work, right? Because I was learning. And then there's, you peak and valley. And he's at a peak. And that's such a special place. You can hit a valley where you don't know what's next. Or should you try to go do that? Or should you stay because it's comfortable? Like, hey, at 6:30 on a Wednesday, there's going to be an 8-top that's going to order this and you're fine. Or you're comfortable with the banquet schedule. Like you have all your weddings in this month and then it slows down and you get to spend time with your family. That's great. But is it really truly what you want? So you have to be really self-aware when you make these decisions. And you really have to have someone you can kind of talk to. I think I heard just recently someone say accountability partner. That means that they talk to this person and they hold them accountable to their what their standard is, and they really kind of check you. My wife checks me all the time. She makes sure that I'm being held accountable and that we're going in the right direction, and I'm eternally grateful for that. We're a family-run business. We couldn't do it without each other, and we're always trying to push that. So now you've been in this kitchen and you're working for a great chef, and you've been there for 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is, and you want to learn more. Have that conversation with the chef or that manager or that lead or whoever it is and see what they say. See what their opinion is. See if they can help you in the process. Because that is half the problem there is that you're scared about letting down someone who gave you so much, who taught you so much. You feel obligated to stay in the kitchen. And at my place, I continually would like for my people to grow and then leave. It's like, part of it. Like right now, people are checking on us to see if we're going to be done with this shift drink. We always have a responsibility, and we always feel like we're obligated, and people are going to be pulling at you from all directions. That's part of your life. And the thing that kind of sucks in our industry is that what we truly love to do eats up a lot of our time. And the restaurant or the person that gave us the opportunity, we kind of hold in this extremely high standard. And you don't want to let them down. So talk to them. Tell them what you want, or tell them what you're lacking or what you're thinking about, and see how they can help. I know that has propelled a lot of the people that I've worked with forward. I never want someone to work for me forever unless that's really what they want to do. I want people that work for me to be challenged and to rise to that occasion and be challenged again and get stronger and better and awesome and just go and find something or run something of their own or do their thing. But if they like what they're doing and they want to stay, that's great too. But I never want people to be stagnant. And I think that's what I really kind of like about our industry, is because you can always go and learn more. And now that I'm in my position as the exec, chef, and director, I'm starting to get more separated from cooking. So I'm finding this new love for like watching Chef's Table and trying to build that knowledge. All of it is getting me ready for whatever is next. And that's what I want for you. So take some time, take a moment with the person that you really respect that you work with. Or if it's a toxic environment, try to talk to an accountable partner and say, hey, what do you think of this? And make a decision for you that's going to put you in a better place for the future. And as always, I'm Chef JoJo. If you take a moment, you can subscribe, or you can follow us on Instagram or Facebook. And until next time, cheers.